Yeah. Morning, everyone. Yeah, I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. Just let me know if you can hear me clearly. Just give me a thumbs up or yes in the chat. We'll start the class in the next 2 minutes or so. Okay, perfect, no problem. Okay, so I'm standing in for Roger this morning. He's he'll be back tomorrow morning. Yeah, I hope everyone, like I said, had an awesome weekend. I'm just waiting, that others can join, and then we'll start in the next, like I said, 2 minutes or so. So if you'd like to quickly get a cup of coffee or so, you can do so. Then we'll go through the markets and see how everything's turning out. Especially these trades that we looked at Friday. We'll look at some of them, and also, the whole debt ceiling. We have no answers as yet. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Firas. I really appreciate it. I think it's just I really enjoy giving the trading room. It's just something different, and I think I found myself feel more comfortable giving the class now. So I'm happy to hear that. But thanks for the confidence. Appreciate it. Okay, another minute or so, then I'll start the meeting. Okay, so just want to confirm, did everyone have an awesome weekend? Just give me some feedback. How's your weekend? Yes, it was quite nippy, but my weekend went well. Can't complain. And if you have any questions, remember, please use the chat, and you can unmute yourself if you have any questions, market related and so forth. If there are certain symbols that you'd like to look at, instruments, please notify me, and then we can run through all of them and see how this morning turns out. So far, I can see the DXY. Okay, wait, let me start. Here we go. Let's start. Okay, so just want to admit the other clients. Okay, so let's start with the class, and then let me introduce myself quick. Okay, so my name is Clinton Kruger. I am a registered rep on the FSC The Age website, just working under supervision at the moment. As you can see, we have an option over here that says, or I have an image here that says, please expect a call. That will be on your first time deposits. Roger and I will always try and phone you as soon as possible to try and get you into a trade, to find out what your trading experience is and so forth. Here's my email address, clinton@quicktrade.co.za. Everything lowercase. It's just in capital letters at the moment. But like I said, you can always email me, or you can use the live chat if there's any assistance that you need with your trade-related queries. If it is MetroTrader 5 queries, you can use the live chat and talk to technical support. Okay, so let's get MT5 on our screen. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to look at last week's trade, Euro USD. It has not yet hit TP. And so if you're still in the trade and you adjusted your stop loss correctly, then you'll still be making profits at the moment. As you can see, it broke the 100-day moving average. It pulled back on Friday, but as you can see, it did not succeed. And this morning as well, the sellers are definitely dominant, and they pushing the market further down. So I think this is still a good trade. If you're still in it, I feel you can stay in it. Just adjust your stop loss accordingly, that you can definitely make profits from this trade. Just want to check. Okay, so I see the DXY at the moment came a bit down compared to Friday. It is 103.23. So if that is the case, then it means usually gold will go up. We'll look at gold shortly. Just want to quickly go to the next trade that we had last week. It was sent out on Monday. CHFJPY definitely hit TP. TP levels were where's it now? Yeah, just below where my candles, where my crosshair is. So as you can see, there we go, it hit TP. Yeah, and as you can see, it's on its way back. So I don't know, is it going to now bounce back and go further down and ride this area? Or is it just going to shoot up further? We'll hit it later on. Okay, let's quickly, sorry for that. So with NASDAQ, we had some data feed error. It wasn't just us, it was quite a few brokers throughout the world that there was problems with NASDAQ this morning. But I see everything is up and running. Everything's perfect. You can see the time, what we get in the feed. So yeah, everything's sorted on that. Okay, so with AUD USD, I'm just going to start with that at the moment. I'll get it on the screen. There we go. There we go. So it's on the screen at the moment. As you can see, it's still very close to the oversold area with my RSI, and the level is at 40. So as you can see, it's very close to the oversold area. It's been there the whole week, roughly. Well, Thursday and Friday, it's been staying in this range. So I see that they said it pulls back to the 0.6600 level. And that is to do with the mixed concerns about China and the US debt ceilings negotiations. I thought Sunday we'll have more answers on the debt ceiling, but unfortunately not yet. Last night I watched Fox News just to see if we can get more info on the debt ceiling, and I heard that, if I remember correctly now, that they said that the Republicans hope that it actually goes back to the default. That's not good for the US, but they want that they can show the Democrats that Biden failed as a president, so that it doesn't get re-elected on the next elections. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but in my case, they have to raise it. I think market related, it will be a very big knock for US, for the US, if they don't raise the debt ceiling. So they said that today, Biden will still communicate with Kevin Coffey, if I'm not mistaken, to see if they can get to agreement. And yeah, so I think today the market is also going to be quite unpredictable. Was everyone's waiting to find out what's going to happen with the debt ceiling. There we go. Okay, so that's AUD USD at the moment. As you can see, it is at support. So, like I said, it's going to bounce up and go back to the 100-day of this level over here. We don't know. I think we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. As you can see, the 50 and the 200 days are coming close to each other. And then, yeah, we can work further. Okay, what will happen if they get to an agreement? Will the dollar weaken? Gerard, it all depends on the outcome. The reason for that is if they say no agreement and it's going to go back to debt ceiling, yes, that's then the dollar will weaken. It will actually be a crash in the markets on their side because they overspent. They can't get the money back into the country, so they're spending more than what they can bring in. That's what I'm trying to get to. So I think the interest rates, everything will climb up just to get some funds back. But as far as I know, they said if they don't get an agreement by the end of this week, then by the 1st, the US doesn't have enough money, or they won't have money left. So I think that will be bad news. But if they get to agreements, yes, it will have impact on the dollar. I'm not saying it's going to shoot the dollar up. It will still be bad because they have a higher lending cap now. So I think it's just to get some time to see if they can get other ways to bring in money. So I think both ways it could weaken the dollar. The one could just weaken much more than the other. That's just my inputs. Could be completely wrong, but that's how I understand the whole debt ceiling prices at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, sorry for that. Just with me, please. Okay, there we go. So AUD USD, what's your thoughts on it? Do you think there's upside, or are we going to wait to see what's going to happen with the US dollar? For myself, I feel I want to leave everything alone that says US at the moment. That perfectly leave it alone. It would have been a good trade if there was no debt ceiling that's overhanging the whole market. Then I think there could have been a nice upside, because it's testing that support level quite well. It's a very strong support level at the moment. But yeah, I'll wait. Okay, perfect. Let's move on. I have Brent at the moment that I'm looking at. I know last week we said there could be a sell on Brent, and then when was it? Wednesday, it shot up completely opposite what we thought of. But as I said, that the investors tried to take an opportunity. They were optimists with the whole debt ceiling, and they pushed money into Brent. But now will retreat and admits uncertainty over the debt ceiling talks. So that's why there's no direction. Yes, it's pointing downward. But as you can see, the buyers, I think they want to stay in this range, the $75, to see what the outcome is on the debt ceiling. So for myself, Brent, I don't have any input on it. What's your take on it? Do you think there's more downside? I read again that they said maybe this week WTI will go to $70. That's what I said last week, and it went completely against us. Yeah, that's all that I can find on the market with oil at the moment. Okay, so with the European stock futures, they edged lower, and again, caution as US debt talks continue. Debt ceiling, not debt talks, debt ceiling talks continue. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the European market as well. I think they're very concerned on what's going to happen in the US. Petru, do you think this war has impacted on the debt ceiling? I think so, Petru. The other thing is on Fox News last night, the US is helping Ukraine. The pilots, they're going to train them to fly the F-16, all of that, and I think they're going to take some jets over that side that they can defend themselves against Russia. So I think that's going to be quite interesting to see how it plays out. Because yes, it's $1 billion or billions of dollars of equipment. F-16, I don't even know what the price is on it, but that's a hefty price for a fighter jet. And that they're willing to help the Ukrainian army to train their pilots. I think they're very concerned about the whole Russia thing as well, and they want to protect Ukraine. Yeah, so I think it could be that it has impact on the debt ceiling now. Like I said, yeah, it's a lot of equipment that's out of the US, but it's on that side. So imagine they testing or they're training a pilot, and unfortunately fails and crashes. It's not good, but yeah, I think that will impact, because that's a loss just like that, a few $1 million just for the aircraft itself. But I don't think they just throw them in, they put them on flight simulator and so forth. But yeah, we'll see what happens on that. Okay, so let's go to some trade that we looked at. Sorry for that. Okay, there we go. Let's quickly look at the three trades that we looked at on Friday. NZD CAD, GBP, NZD, NZD CHF. If I remember correctly, it was Gerhard, Marius, and Fani, and Michael and Tumbi to the trades. So I just want to quickly get it on my side. What was that? NZD CAD. There we go. Okay, so at the moment I have the levels on my screen that we looked at on Friday. It was a buy, Gerhard, Marius, and Fani. So far, if I look at the market, you have made profits, but so far the market is above entry. Just give me some input on it. Are you guys still in profits, or did you rather climb out when it shot up here?
We got out. I got out. Thanks.
Okay, fine, perfect. So I think that was a good call. I remember you said your one level was roughly over here. Well, you actually went in open TP, meaning no TP at all.
That's correct.
Yeah, so I think you tried to take most profit and then you climbed out on it. So that's good. I'm happy to hear it. Gerhard as well, Marius, perfect. Okay. So some profits on a Friday. I think that's good. What's your thoughts on it at the moment? Do you think there's now upside on the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar? Or do you think the Canadian dollar will follow the US dollar if what happens with the debt ceiling?
Not sure. The Canadians have a national holiday today, so I will just stay out and have a look tomorrow if there's any direction after the markets today in America.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I didn't even check public holidays. Yeah, that was the last thoughts on my mind, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, it hit the 100-day moving average. It actually bounced nicely off it. So that will also be at resistance at the moment. Well, in this case, support, because it actually broke through it and back. So I don't know if it's just the buyers want to get in at a better price and shoot back up. I don't know. But yeah, I think the Canadian dollar will be quite quiet this morning due to the public holiday. So yeah, at the moment, I don't see any movements on or direction. I was just concerned about the level, if I remember correctly, the 100-day. Let's quickly look at GBP NZD. That was now as a sell. Remember, we drew the nice upward trend, market broke it, tested, and broke further down. So there's a nice downward movement. So we said we're going to definitely climb in as a sell. And our entry price was a nice round figure, 1.97800. Now that was for Gerhard and Marius. Did you guys go into it, or did you rather wait and just have a better confirmation? Because if I look at the candle on Friday, the lowest point was 1.79683. So it means, yes, that went down. Went in, but got out at a loss. Okay. Went wrong, got out, no problem at all. Yes, I see it would have hit stop loss if I look at this view earlier. Would have just touched the stop loss, to be honest. Okay, 100% perfect. So yeah, unfortunately, if we could have moved the stop loss a tiny bit higher, that would have been nice, but that's not always feasible because you try and push it up, but it's actually going up the whole time and it's changing direction. So that won't be advisable. Okay. Michelle, you still in? Okay, perfect. Are you at the moment in profit or still in loss? But do you think there's more downside on it? At the moment, as you can see, it's at support level. Indecision for this morning. Little profit. Okay, so you climbed in much earlier on Friday, I assume, than what we stated that we wanted to climb in at. Or did you climb in this morning? Just let me know. Yeah, we're now going to move over to NZD CHF. It had the same effects as the GBP NZD. Okay, so What's your thoughts on GBP NZD? Do you think it's still feasible to go down? Meaning we have to maybe adjust the entry price a bit lower and the TP further down, was the stop loss was very close or was tight, but it was just there to get a nice reward ratio. At the moment, yeah, I can see it's still a nice downward movement. The only thing that concerns me is if I draw this part as a downward movement, well, it will go to this level, so that's fine. That's can actually pull back, bounce off here, and then shoot further. Yeah. Solid, perfect. Thank you for the input. So yeah, that's our GBP NZD. Yeah, it's just the concern over here, like I said on Friday. This was resistance level, and then it became support. So it's still testing the support. Friday it tried to break through, but it failed. So at the moment, indecision there for today. Then NZD CHF. Future, like you said, looks exactly the same. This was now again a buy. So here's my my entry price. Here's my stop loss, and there's the take profit level. Okay, so at the moment, still upward movements. Perfect. You can see if I zoom in, just going to zoom in a bit more. It broke through the 50-day. That's good, but it's in the neutral zone at the moment. So is it going to stay secure at the 50-day, meaning it won't break through down? Or do you think it's going to now shoot up and hopefully go to the 200-day level? At the moment, yeah, the neutral zone, it's entering in the neutral zone. There's also, if I look at the European stocks, the futures, they edge lower, like I said earlier, concerned as US debt ceiling talks continue. So I think they're waiting to find out what's going to happen. But yeah, at the moment, NZD CHF, that would have been a nice point, but yeah, unfortunately, this tested that level and it actually pulled back. True, thank you. Okay, so yeah, it's actually a nice range. If I pull I just want to quickly check something. I know there's quite a lot of drawing on the screen. Just want to check this downward movement. Roughly over there. So as you can see, tested. Tried to break through, but it failed. Still going down. Is this another false breakout? Or is this a different trend? I can actually pull it from here. But as you can see over there, it crossed. So if it comes down, it will definitely hit the stop loss level. Let me just quickly adjust the trend line. There we go. So Pietro, I think if you're looking at it like this, then I try to break through and bounced off. There's 1, 2, third is confirmation. Yes, that's actually good input that you feel that there's more downside on it. I can go back to the candles. There we go. Let's zoom in. Yeah, Friday they try to break through. But yeah, so far with today's candle, that's now 9 hours, almost 10 hours. Yes, that's the thing. We just looked at it as we thought there would definitely be an upward movement with a nice upward trend that it had from April. So it's roughly a month almost that the market is moving upward. So it just unfortunately lost momentum in it. So yeah, I am a bit concerned at the moment with NZD CHF. Okay, Martin, thank you. So even if I draw the trend line that I drew last week. There we go. So it was support, then it became resistance over here. So yeah, that's another confirmation. Is it actually changing the direction? Meaning it broke through, tested, and it's going back down. Yeah, quite interesting to see it like that. I don't know how I missed it actually on Friday, because I think if we looked at it Friday, well, I know we did, but what I mean is, if I drew the trend line how I have it now, then I think I would have had a different insight on it. Yeah. There we go. So that's NZDCHF. This one I quickly go through. I just want to see. Okay, DXY at the moment 103.21. So let's look at gold. Where's gold? I have gold. Okay, I'm just going to use N. You see, NGAS at the moment that's hovering. I think it's going to break through and shoot further up. So that's quite good, I guess. Let's quickly go to gold. Okay, so AUD, GBP AUD. Harald, we'll look at it now. Let's quickly look at gold. So as you can see, with DXY, the dollar, it went down Friday. As you can see, gold then went up because the investors moved their money to a more secure location. But as you can see, it actually now came and tested the resistance level in this case now. So I'm just concerned a bit on this level of here, Dirk. I'm not saying that you have to close your trade. I just feel that, yeah, the resistance level is quite strong. It's been there, I think it was for 2 weeks roughly in this area. So I don't know if it actually broke through, tested, and it's going to go further down. It's in the neutral zone at the moment. I don't see a perfect morning. Thank you for the input. Pietro, exactly the same. It was a nice pullback, meaning on Thursday's candle compared to Friday. So it went more than 80%, roughly 80% of the whole candle on Thursday. So if that usually happens, then yes, there could be more upward movement. But at the moment, today's candle indecision. And I think the big concern on that is the debt ceiling for the US, because the investors don't know where to go, what they're going to do. Okay, Kenneth, let's go to the weekly. You see, so the weekly last week came down nicely, but as you can see, it closed at support level. So that's the thing now. Is it going to go further down? Because as you can see, this was a good turning point. Even if I zoom out more, there's a lot of noise. The last month, or let's say
yes, mate.
Half. Hi, Ken.
Yeah, now this is the tricky part, you see, because now it's the beginning of the week and we look at our trades for the rest of the week. Now we are at the bottom of that range. We are hoping go up to 2076, like you said last week. During the course of this week, with our fundamentals with the USD, like you said, it might be dropping. So you can see that pattern there, and that is a quite strong support. Looking at February, look at where it's resting. You see.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's better to buy gold. You see,
of course,
than we sell it. So according to me, I want to go in. I just wanted you to tell me the correct stop loss for the gold for this week, so I can take it to the 2076 levels.
Yes, yeah, yes.
See, can you help with that for me?
Okay, so at the moment, sorry for that. Okay, so at the moment, if I look at the the moving averages at the moment. Let's quickly add the Bollinger Bands. I just want to quickly check something with the Bollinger Bands, where they are. So as you can see, it bounced off nicely off the floor. So where's it going to go to? The table. If it breaks through the table, where's it going to go to? The ceiling at the top. So I think, yeah, this was actually a good bounce. I never actually, yeah, checked the Bollinger Bands. And yeah, I think, Ken, like you said, that buy gold. The reason for that is with the investors, I feel that if they don't invest the money in the dollar, they're waiting for the outcome. Yes, it can affect the gold, but gold is a very good security. So I think some of them will definitely push it in. Just want to quickly check the messages. Waiting for double bottom from gold on the 4 hour. Yeah, let's quickly go to the 4 hour. Okay, so Moni, you're just waiting that it comes back to this level and then it shoots up further. But I feel that at the moment, if I look at these figures, you can see it went down to this level over here. That was in March, the end of March, bounced off. And with Friday's candle, that shot up quite well. I don't know if it's now going to just bounce off it and pull back all the way, like you said, Moni, back to the 1950, 1960 level, and then shoot back up. Or is it going to actually now bounce off this level because it hits resistance? It's going to stay there and it's going to shoot up further. I don't know. Look at the past, it did the same over here. I'm sure you're referring to that. Over here as well. Let's just quickly zoom out a bit more. Just want to check something. Yeah, even over here, shot down. Oh, that's sorry. Ignore that. I was there. Yeah. That's the thing. It has. If you follow gold for quite some time, that's how I traded WTI a lot. Is I looked at previous trends, what happened to the market, because usually it will follow the trend. If you start walking one way and you keep on walking like that, then you'll always walk like that. I'm not saying that it will always happen with the markets, but usually that's what usually happens. If you have a certain trend that happens on a certain way, then it can definitely do so. Just want to quickly check. So Pietri, you feel it's going to pull a bit more back to the 10-day moving average? Well, actually the 4 hour in this case, the 10 4-hour, and then it can actually bounce back. At the moment, this is let's quickly go to a 1 hour. Just want to see what happened on the 1 hour. Okay, so with the 1 hour at the moment, it is in the neutral zone. Yes, the 100 moving average. It's acting as a downward movement. It has a resistance level. So I feel with gold, I'd rather check what happens today and then come tomorrow, for instance. That's just my personal input. The reason for that is, yes, I can actually go back to the 1960 level, maybe even 1965 or 1965, and then shoot further up. But I think it will complete this area over here like it done previously. Moni, thank you on that info. Yeah, so for now, I'll also just monitor it and check what happens. As I can see, the DXY is now falling again. It's 103.17. It's staying in that level actually this morning, between 103.12 to 103.20, staying in that area so far. So I think that's what is happening with gold as well. It's going to stay in this area and then shoot up or further. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Moni. So if you feel, just want to quickly check who went into the trade. Dirk. So Dirk, if you feel you want to maybe take the props that you have at the moment, please do that. But if you're confident and you feel that you want to ride it out and see what happens, by all means, maybe adjust your stop loss if possible to your close to your entry. But if you feel you want to leave it where it is on the set values that you have, you can do that.
No, I'm taking your advice. You know, teamwork is very, very important. I'm very aggressive. To tell you the honest truth, I went in this morning and I got a quick clap and I went back in my lane. You see, so it's fine.
Okay,
Let me let it
Dirk?
go
Yeah,
and
thanks.
see what happens.
Of course, no, definitely can. So I'm just going to quickly write down this Dirk, that I can give it to Roger, that he can ask you how it played out. Dirk, gold buy. What was your level now again? 11967. 67. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll check what how it plays out. Dirk, I hope it plays in your favor. I think that will be a very good decision that you maybe climbed in earlier and it went in your prediction. That would be awesome. But if it goes against you, then that's not good. Yeah, I just want to quickly put in your SL and TP on my list. I can send it through to Roger. The reason for that is that he has it on his side that you guys can talk about it throughout the week. So yeah, Roger will be back tomorrow. Then Wednesday I'm on leave until next week, Monday. We're going to Grabis a bit. So yeah, just to get some fresh air and go visit some family that side. So I can't wait to see how full the Grabis is. I think it's actually quite low, but yeah, be nice to see it. Okay, perfect. Okay, that was gold. I just want to quickly check money, I think. No, cannot. GBP AUD. Let's quickly go to GBP AUD. And if I have it on my list. That's okay, so for myself, gold at the moment, I'm going to leave it low. I just want to input it. Oh, yeah, sorry, Dirk, that's good levels. I feel that you're just below that level. There we go. So that's a nice stop loss. And then the TP at the top, roughly, where's now? Yeah, there we go. This level over here. Okay, so that's good. Hope it works out for you. Then I said GBP. Okay, so Gerard, you said, yeah, Gerard, buy. Okay, so if I look at the candle itself on a 1 hour, the previous hour, sellers tried to break through the upward trend or change the direction, but they failed. And the previous hour before that, so between 8 and 9, the sellers dominated. And then between 9 and 10, the buyers dominated with the two candles at the moment. That's just on a 1 hour. Let's go to the daily quick. Let's see what happens. So the daily is in a buy zone. Totally agree with that. You can see this is a nice upward movement. There's a lot of upward movement on it. Just want to quickly draw the trend line. There we go. So as you can see, it's at support with the upward trend that it's in. Let's quickly gonna zoom in on it. There we go. So as you can see, even Friday's candle tried to break through, maybe change direction, but it stayed on the 10-day moving average. So I feel that's quite good. It's good news. Still in the buy zone. We can look at the EJ strategy. Like I think Dirk, you said that it's not a confirmed strategy. It's just that we're using in the trading room. It's not that it always plays out correctly. Okay, so at the moment on the buy zone, let's go to the 1 hour. Still in the buy zone. It's actually above the 100, 50, and 200. And at the moment, it is just 8, or well, let's say 9 pips away from the 10-hour moving average. Yeah. So yes, Gerard, thank you. Yes, so with London, when they open, a lot of movement, I'm sure, especially over the weekend, to see what's happening, where can they get more profits and so forth. Ibrahim will look at it shortly. So your inputs on GBP AUD, what's your thoughts on it? Let's quickly go to weekly. As you can see, it lost momentum the past 2 weeks. So I think there's indecision at the moment on that. I just want to see where the 200. Okay, so it's still in the buy zone as well. Yes, still in the buy zone. That's not on a weekly. Okay, that's the day. Let's quickly go through 4 hour. Let's see. 4 hour at the moment, indecision. Just it's bouncing off the 50 moving average at the moment. Yeah. There we go. So anyone else? Any inputs on GBP AUD for a buy? Or do you think we must leave it alone to see how it plays out? Just let me know. Okay, Dirk, thank you. Anyone else? On the 1 hour, it looks quite plausible that there is some take profit roughly to that level over there. That's 40 pips that can maybe take profit on it. But other than that, I'd wait. With scalping. Okay, perfect, Gerard. So that's confirming what I just said. That you can take it up to that level. Preferably, yeah, double tap. Okay, perfect. This one I quickly check. Next is Euro CHF. Let's quickly get to the Euro CHF. I just want to see if it's in my Euro. No, it's not. Ibrahim for a sell. Okay. There we go. So if I just look at the daily, let's give it more data just to get more info. There we go. Just want to learn a bit more back. Okay, that's fine. So it is in this area at the moment. The only concern so far with Euro CHF, like they said, the European stock futures edged lower due to the debt ceiling talks. What happens in the US. Now remember, with the US, it's a very strong market, and a lot of times the Asian market or the European market follows what happens. So at the moment, I feel that it's actually just closing these two wicks, and that there could be upside. I'm not saying that it's going to bounce off and go back up. It is in a strong sell zone. I just want to quickly go to a line chart. So let's check. 1, 2. So the level where it is at the moment, it's not a very strong support level. So as you can see, it bounced off there, and there's some noise. Not a lot. That's not just on a daily. I'll quickly go to a weekly shortly. Okay, let's quickly go to a weekly. Okay, I know with the weekly it's quite difficult because the candle is literally just 1 day, not even a day old. If I look at last week, that's as if it's losing momentum. I don't know if the market just wanted to complete this wick that's staying out, or if is it gonna bounce off this level. what your inputs are on a traders. This is just a weekly at the moment. Let's go to the 4 hour. Just want to see what happened on the 4 hour. Okay, so I think the reason why the euro is why it's going down at the moment is, like I said, I think the US has implications on it that just want to confirm. So yeah, so the euro is weakening at the moment. So do you think there's definitely more downside? Just let me know. Strong downward trend. Okay, perfect. I feel it's been coming down quite some time. I think it lost momentum, but as you can see, so far it's definitely shooting down, especially on the 4 hour now. Still very bearish. Okay. So would you like to see if we can get some levels on this trade, Euro CHF? If I go to a 1 hour, I just want to see, I think with the market just opening up, you can see it opened up at 9, shot down till 10. So yes, bearish definitely. I think the buyers just want to get, well, the sellers in this case, sorry, want to get a better price. So I think they're letting the buyers push it a tiny bit up and they're going to go further down. Would you like to have the risk and reward calculator? Just let me know in the chat. Okay, there we go. Ibrahim. So I'll do that shortly. Okay, perfect. So yeah, 3 calculators. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to get more data. Just want to zoom out a bit more. Okay, I can't move it too far. There we go. Sounds like it's very laggy. That's quite strange. Anyway. Okay, so I just want to quickly minimize. Just want to confirm, can everyone still hear me? Is everything fine? Is the internet fine? I don't know if it's just my side. Let's see, I have enough strength. Okay, perfect. I wasn't too sure if it's just maybe my my internet that is very laggy on Euro CHF. Okay, so just want to quickly check. This is now a sell zone, so I'll just move we're on a daily at the moment, so I'll have to move it above these levels, roughly there. And then there we go. Strong resistance. I'll check. Okay. 167. Okay, so one of you waiting for this level to break through this level over here, the support level. Is that what you're referring to with your strong resistance zone? Okay, 100%. So yeah, just remember that the resistance is always at the top above the market price, and then support will always be at the bottom. But I do understand what you meant by that. I also get it confused when talking about the support and resistance levels. Okay, if I just look at the ratio, size between the stop loss and take profit, I think this is a good level that I can put in the TP. So 0.95730. There we go. Okay, so at the moment, it's a reasonable risk and reward. I'd like to have it a bit higher. I can bring it a bit lower, but yeah, Let's move maybe to that level over there. There we go. Okay. What's your thoughts on this? Do you feel we can maybe try and ride it down? Or, Moni, like you said, you want to first break through the level? Let me quickly put in an opinion on the levels that Moni gave us. See, so if that is our entry over there, then we'll have to definitely bring down the TP further down, roughly to these levels over here. But yeah, even if you do that, that's fine. You can get a risk reward ratio. It's just that you'll then have to adjust your stop loss the whole time, because it can bounce off this level over here and shoot back out. Yeah, that's, so let me just drag it a bit down. Yeah, that's out. It's a good risk and reward ratio. Just going to go back to the line charts. Just check. Yeah. So even if the market goes down and you climb in at the confirmation, what Moni suggested, then I'm just concerned about this level over here. Is the market going to definitely break through and shoot further down? So if it's close to this level, you can maybe adjust your stop loss, but you can still make profit while the market is going down. That's just my take on it. What's your thoughts on it, traders? Looks good. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly put in these levels. Just where where's now? Zero. Okay, this one I quickly check messages. Okay, looking good. So, Mandile, it's always nice to climb in earlier, that you can get more profits. But my own concern, well, like Bonnie said as well, that actually brought it up, is this level. Is the market that's going to bounce off this level? And if so, if you climbed in, then it could bounce off and go back and hit your stop loss. So myself, I'd have a better confirmation. Even if I take it to 0.96770, that level, for instance, just for a better confirmation. And it all depends on how you feel. If you feel that you're confident that it's definitely going to go further down, then you can climb in at a better level. Yeah, I just want to quickly check that Jubilani sent in. Okay, so that's the kill zone. Okay, perfect. 100%. Thank you, Jubilani. Okay. Sorry for that, Dirk. There we go. There's the stop loss. That is now if we climb in as a pending order. You can ignore this this horizontal line over here. I just put it there to show you that this is my concern, this level over here. There we go. There's the levels. Okay, so just notify me who's going to go for it. Who's going to climb in? So I see some of you just said like it, agree, looking good. Just that I can have some references that I can send through to Roger that he can ask. Okay, so there. Dirk. Ibrahim. Him and Okay, perfect. So yeah, I wrote it down. I'll send it through to Roger. Then you guys can look at it tomorrow to see how it played out.
I see there's more aggressive people. I thought I was the aggressive one. Now I see, no, I'm actually a coward.
Oh, that's good, Kenny. Okay. So yeah, I think you'll be surprised on how many traders, how they decide how they want to go in. But yeah, these are just the levels. If you want to come in at markets, then you'll have a much better risk to reward ratio. Then you can actually bring your GP a bit up, where you can then maybe adjust your stop loss. But that risk already is quite high, 190 Rand per 0.01. Okay. 100%. So can I move on? Is there anything else that you guys want to look at the moment? I see that India, the economy seems a downward slide. So I wrote it down. Oh, okay. So see that it's a downward risk to growth, but the upside on inflation. That's now the Indian economy at the moment. If you want to use that info, you can. If you don't have to. Then on a US CFD at the moment, many are buying gold in India. Okay, perfect. Dirk, I'll look at your message shortly. I just want to quickly talk about Nvidia, the company, the graphics designing company, that they brought out a chip that's, well, they said, the headline said Nvidia chips away at Intel AMD turf in supercomputers. So I don't know if you want to look at this afternoon's market with Nvidia to see if it's going to shoot up or not. They brought out a chip that could outperform Intel and AMD. So I think that's quite good for the company for supercomputers. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, maybe write it down. When the market opens, the US market at 3:30, maybe there's a little CFD that you can put in and ride out the upward movement if it goes up. Okay, so I just want to quickly see what's your opinion on NAS. I'm looking at short. Okay, so last week I looked at NAS. I was the whole time concerned that this level of I don't know if you can recall, that this level is very sticking out. I feel that it could bounce. It is in the overbought area. So I don't know. I feel that it could be a bounce, but the only concern, Dirk, on this with Nasdaq at the moment is Friday's candle. Friday's candle did not pull back as far as I'd like. So is it just the buyers that let the market go a bit down, that they can get in at a better price, and that it will go back, let's say, to the 1400 level? That's my only concern. Let's quickly, I just want to quickly go to a weekly. So as you can see, weekly definitely broke through in the buy zone. I'll quickly go to the 4-hour. You see, so the 4-hour shows a nice bounce. That was not for last week. Unfortunately, the data that we don't have, that just want to quickly check something. I've got an account with another broker just that I can get some data on it. Just want to quickly see how it played out. So this one I quickly draw it on this was now a 4-hour. Okay, so with the 4-hour, if I look at the markets, so what happened was it fell quite drastically. So just with a pencil, there we go. So here's Friday's candle. This morning, it was roughly over here. and then it shot up with a nice candle upward, and then a smaller candle roughly over here, and that's where we are at the moment. So it actually opened at a very low level, and opened up roughly at this level over here. Yeah. So if I just look at the 4 hour, for instance. So for myself, I'd leave Nasdaq alone at the moment. I feel that there is more upside. As you can see, it did break out the level that I was concerned about. This level over here. Yes, it could just be testing, but I think, let me just quickly get more data. You see, so I could pull a bit more back to this level over here, roughly 13,700, and then shoot further up. I just feel that for myself, I'd leave it alone at the moment. And again, like I said, the whole week, last week and this week, I think Roger's going to say it as well, is the whole debt ceiling. Everyone is waiting for it, because it will affect the company itself, the markets. That's just my input on it. But yeah, if I look at the candles itself, just how I taught myself that a very strong bullish, the bears tried to come in, did not succeed. So I feel that there's definitely more upside. Okay, Kenneth, so USD JPY. Yes.
Can we go in now for Nazi?
That's Kenneth, your decision.
No, you know what, mate? You know, I had the same trade last night. I actually wrote a TP here. I can't. What's that? Yeah, my TP said 14078. I think I was looking for a TP from a few weeks back or something. Yeah, on a weekly. You see, then
that level.
yes,
that
that
was-
level. That is
That
where
was
my
April.
TP is.
Yeah, April 21. So that's 2 years ago.
You
But it's
see,
possible. It can definitely go to that level. It's actually nice to see the chart now. It bounced off that level and it could now shoot further up on that.
yeah. So I'm looking forward for that trade. I haven't entered yet, so I'm trying to have a look at the decent stop loss on it. And like you say, we have to keep an eye on it. It will get down, maybe give us a better price, and then we punish to the top.
I'm just
Sharp also.
concerned. Yeah, I'm just concerned on if you try and get a stop loss level. If I have to now put in a level past Thursday's candle, roughly there. If I zoom out now, or you can see we're exactly in the middle. So it's a 1:1 ratio. You see, that's the only concern that I have to get a stop loss level.
On a daily, okay, I see.
Yeah,
that.
sure, that's on the daily. So on the hour, that's possible to definitely push it up to this level, roughly there.
Yeah, because mine was 136 something, 13659.
Yes. Even if you take it to 13700, a round figure, then yes, I feel that there could be there we go. As you can see, that complements each other. You can see
Okay.
losses little, take profit.
But it's a few pips, eh?
Yes,
100.
that's the thing. Nasdaq, it can hit it like
100 or 80 pips, something like that.
Yes, yeah, it's not a lot. So it's a very tight stop. That's the only concern that I have.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, thanks, mate.
No problem.
Sorry, Mr. Kruger.
Yes, Mandile.
I noticed after placing the trade, I just want to confirm when I see the block highlighted in green by price, did I enter in the at the right time?
Vandile, so what you mean is on your trade tab, what's the color of the
It's green.
green? Okay, yes, yeah, then that's fine. Oh no, wait. So you referring to this price over here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if it is green, meaning it's a pending order that you placed. So
Okay.
the market is making itself ready, or your order is ready for the bus.
Okay.
Think of it as you're at a bus station.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can see the bus is approaching. So you go stand in the line. That's what the green means.
All right.
You're
All
not
right.
pumped in as yet. So this waiting for the market.
Okay, because there was a time when I was beginning to place trade, and then it usually goes red. So meaning maybe the bus have left already.
Okay, so Wandile, let me quickly, I'm just going to use gold as an example quick. I just want to quickly place a pending order. I just want to quickly confirm that we have the correct pending order. I'm just going to do a buy stop, for instance. 1975, 20. I'm just going to use that as an example. A buy limit, sorry. Okay, so I must actually adjust the. There we go. So you'll see if it's. Just bear with me, please. Maybe not. Okay. No, so the market is actually now going up the other direction, but you'll see this pot will become green. So if it becomes green, then it's ready to climb in. That's what it's referring to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Just wanted to confirm if what I thought was related to what you're saying.
No problem. So just remember, if it says placed, it's still a pending order. You're still waiting for the market.
Right.
But when you're in the market, then you'll see profits. It will either be blue or red figures. You have our profit. So if it is red, it means it's going against you. If it's blue, then it means it's going with you.
Okay. So when it's blue, sir, and then I close the profit, and then let's say maybe it was on 10.1, is that the percentage return?
Okay, so what it means is if you say 10.1, meaning I guess 10 Rand and 10 cents, I'm just using that as an example, then
Yeah.
dependent on the account that you have. If you have a spreads account, then yes, that is the profit that you'll be making.
All
If
right.
you have a commissions account, remember the commissions must still be deducted from that value. So then you must
Okay.
just make sure that you have enough profits to cover your.
Because I just want to focus on those percentages instead of the money that I'm making. Let's say if it goes from 10 or maybe 50 and 100, and then I could say maybe I made a profit of 100% or 10%. Is that how you describe it?
So you'll see that you have, I'll have to go into the trade quickly. I'll just do a buy now. There we go. So there is options that you can put in visual columns. There we go. So you can have your daily change, meaning your percent, how much it went up in your prediction or not. But at the moment, I'm losing R2.51.
All right.
That's what, yeah. So that is your Rand value. If you have a US dollar account, it would be your US dollar value.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay, just want to quickly go back to the messages. Do apologize. We wanted to check USD JPY as a sell and Euro USD as a buy. Okay, very good. Just want to check USD that's NZD. Yeah, so that is a sell. Pietro will definitely do so. Okay, so Kenneth, so you said a sell for USD JPY. Okay, so at the moment I'm on a daily time frame. It is in the buy zone at the moment because it's above the 50 and the 200-day moving average. At the moment, it is at, I want to say now, support, meaning it was resistance, but it broke through. And as you can see, it's bouncing off the support level. Because remember, if it was resistance, let's say this was the resistance level. As soon as the market broke through, that resistance level becomes your support level. Okay, so as you can see, it broke through, pulled back, and so far it's bouncing off the support level. Let's quickly go to a 4 hour. Let's see what's happening on the 4 hour. Okay, there you go. I'm just using that as an indication. You see, these sellers are trying to bring it down. I think they want to try and take advantage of the debt ceiling. I'm this concerned. For myself, I'd leave it alone. I want to first see what happens to the US dollar before I go into any trades that implicates the US dollar.
Well, mate, what does a weekly look like? Let's see the.
You see, so weekly, that's not a lot of noise. You can see over there, that's just 1 point, and that's now for the past. Now that's 2005. So at the moment, it is at very high levels. It's just one turning point over there. So I don't know if that was maybe like.
Yeah, is that too far for a stop loss for me? If I maybe take a buy later, I mean a sell later. How far is that point?
Okay, let's quickly check. Crosshair. It's 70 odd pips, 71.
Okay, thanks, mate.
But if I take it to this level over here, there we go, that's 244 pips. This level roughly up there. Yeah. So at the moment there's indecision, it's sideways. That's now on a weekly. If I just look at the weekly at the moment, I feel there's upside on it. It broke through the support level, the resistance level, and it became now the support level. So I think this could actually be a very good confirmation. If it goes past this level, then you can see there's movements upward all the way. So that's 180 pips if it breaks through. So you can then definitely ride it up. Okay, that's just my input on USD JPY. I feel I'll still leave it alone. But yeah, I don't see downside at the moment on it. I think it's just gonna trade this range. Yeah, that's just my input. Okay, so I just want to quickly check if I missed out any trades. Messages. Okay, so do that shortly. I'll go back there. Okay, Mario, so you in as a buy stop. Okay, meaning you're not in as yet. You're still waiting for the markets to break that level. And I think that's what you have by your 50-day. Oh no, that's the hour. Sorry, the 50-hour process. So you want to make sure that it breaks through this level over here. If it breaks through, then you see upside. Okay, this one will quickly go to the next one. That was Euro USD as a buy. Remember, we sent out the trade signal last week, Monday, as a sell. So I feel that we spoke about it in the beginning of the class. Yes, it pulled back. It's testing the 100-day at the moment. You can see it try to break through, but the sellers are still dominant. So if you are in this trade, Euro USD, you can maybe adjust your stop loss a bit down to protect a little bit of profit, or maybe break even on your side. Let's quickly zoom out a bit more. Okay, so the market is at this noise at the moment. So if it breaks through this noise, then it could definitely go back to this level down here. Just want to quickly check if I missed out any other messages. That's now Euro USD. Okay, Morris, Euro USD, taking since 4 this morning. Okay, so reset. Okay, well, okay. So Morris, so I assume you climbed out. I don't know if you climbed in on the trade or sent out on Monday. Yeah, you could have maybe climbed out at that level. Still a very good price that you would have gotten. For myself, at the moment, I feel I'd leave Euro USD at the moment. Did not. Okay, 100%, no problem. I know last week it was very indecision. It was testing the 50-day the whole time. Oh yeah, but luckily it finally broke through and it went down.
Yeah, but I think I took profit last week, a lot of money on the Euro USD. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
That's
it was
why
Thursday's candle. You could have made good profits on it.
yeah, I took my profit then because
That's 87 pips.
all right, now it makes sense, hey?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, just want to quickly check. I see time is running out. Just want to quickly go through the messages that I don't miss out on anything. If I did, I do apologize. Okay, that was okay. A DAX, not DAX, Dow Jones. Yeah, just bear with me, please. Okay, so this one. There we go. Okay, so Jablan, you said a buy for Dow Jones. I know that was now 15 minutes ago. As you can see, on an hour, it shot up quite nicely. I don't know if it's going to test this level of the early 50. What's your inputs on it? Yeah, I just want to quickly open up the message, the levels that you have it at. Okay, so it's roughly those levels there. There. Okay. Yeah. So at the moment, with the Dow Jones, let's quickly go to a daily. It bounced off the 100. So yes, possibility is upside. I just feel, like I said earlier, I'm just scared of the US markets at the moment. It's very unpredictable. I think the investors are trying to take money where they can to get some profits before the debt ceiling figures come out. So if that comes out, then we'll know what happens. Is it good or bad? But yeah, that's just my input on the Dow Jones. At the moment, I'll leave it alone as well. Yes, can bounce up to this level over here. But yeah. Okay, then Euro USD, we're done. Morris, we're done. NZD CHF, let's quickly go back to it. NZD CHF. Okay, so at the moment it's still at the level where it was at the 50, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it hasn't bounced up. Let's go to the hour. Let's see what happened in the past hour. As you can see, that I pulled, yeah, there's indecision at the moment on the last hour. It bounced off the 200, so I don't know if it's going to stay in this range. Yeah, at the moment, NZD CHF. I don't see upside at the moment. I think it bounced off that level. Just want to quickly check. Yeah, so Pietro, at the moment, I feel NZD CHF, I'll leave it alone just to play it out, see maybe at 12 or so. See what happens in the next hour, what happens to the next candle. 100%. Then USD JPY. Or else I think we went through that now. And then you gave me that level where you wanted to come in at, yes. Okay, so I can skip that message. One delay, pound, Swiss franc, GBP, CHF. I think last week we sent out. No, last week we sent out a sell trade on it, and it definitely went against us on that. Let me check again. It's not there, so let's just quickly get it in the chat. It's not there. GBP, CHF. It's broken down. Yeah, you see, so this was now the 17th. When was that? That was now Thursday. Wednesday. Yeah. Just want to quickly check what levels we had. So yeah, our levels were roughly over here, and our TP would have been over here. I think we're too late at the moment forward. I think the bus already left the station quite drastically. I just want to quickly put in the levels as per the trade signal. 11684. That was our entry that we wanted to climb in at. It's yeah, it's sad that we missed out on this trade. Cancel. Okay. There we go. And then the stop loss was. There we go. There you go. So yeah, this was a good confirmation, but yeah, I think we found in too early. It happened, unfortunately. What's your thoughts on it, traders? Do you think there's still possibility to ride it down further? Let's quickly go to an hour time frame. Okay, so yes, I feel it broke through that level actually. There we go. So that's a good confirmation as well. So far, the sellers for the past hour definitely went down. So if you want to ride it a bit down, you can do so. The only problem is I don't know where to put in the stop loss and where you climbed in at. But with it,
hey, mate, I don't worry too much about a stop loss when the bus is moving forward. So yes. Please let me just jump in.
Okay.
Because it's in the movement phase, eh?
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely, there's more downside at the moment. I don't know if it's actually testing this support level. You see, that's the only concern. I'm too scared we climbed in now too late, and you climb in for down or for a sell, and then it actually bounces off this level and pulls back. That's my only concern at the moment. Yes, we can adjust the TP further down. There's no problem. Roughly. Okay, so you want to close this wick, Pietro. That's what you're referring to. Yes, definitely. I just feel there is some noise in this level, at this level of here, 11,000. I mean, 1.1140. Feel there's some noise. So if you want to climb in, please do. Then just adjust your stop loss in that accordingly. While the market goes down, it can start making profit. Okay, let's go to a 15 minutes. Let me get us some data. It's okay. So if I zoom in, there we go. As you can see, it pushed down, bounced back. I think the sellers just wanted to get a better price and starting to move downward. I'm just concerned because at the moment, as you can see, it is at the level that it bounced off and pushed back. We can actually see what will happen, let's say in 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. You see, it's losing a bit momentum. I think it's just testing that level. There we go. Okay, so if it definitely breaks through, it's the next minutes, this candle will close. Okay, there we go. So that's more confirmation for me that you can still climb in, that there's still more downside. I just want to see what happens to this candle now. It's just another minute or so. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so I see we are almost at the end of the class. I hope you enjoyed this class as much as I did this morning. I'll quickly check Timber Corsi. I'll look at GBP JPY shortly. Just want to see what happens to this candle. If it closes with a good bearish market, and I feel it does, it's going to complete it. That's just my input on it. If the next candle closes nicely, there we go. So I think that's good confirmation. I think the sellers just wanted to get another price for the, I want to say latecomers. And so far it's definitely moving down. I think the buyers just want to push it back up to this level maybe now and then shoot further down. That's how I see it. So if you want to climb in, if you have not yet, you can. Like I said, please do your own risk and reward ratio on it and analyze the market on your side as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's a pity we missed out on this one. If we went in, if we started the meeting, we had to actually look at it. I actually completely forgot about it to see what happened with it. Okay, perfect. So that's that. Just want to quickly check further down. Okay, GBP, JPY. Let's quickly check. JPY. Yeah, see, there is a message. I'll quickly read it before I continue. Dirk, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Everyone, yeah, I hope you have an awesome day. Roger will be in tomorrow. And yeah, then I'll miss you guys. I'll see if I can pop in tomorrow morning with Roger in the session to see how it plays out. Thank you very much. Okay, so be on air. That is now for the trade that we were looking at, GBP CHF. Remember, that's a very wide stop loss. That's super wide. That is if you climbed in over there. If I remove this, we're almost halfway, so it's a 1:1 ratio then. That's now the level if I take the one that Pietro gave. You see, so just be careful on that. Yeah, thank you very much for the compliments. Okay, let's quickly go back to GBP JPY. I just want to see what your take on GBP JPY. Okay, so if I look at the hour, no, sorry, this is the daily. So Friday, I bounced off this level, I think we spoke about earlier. I don't know. It looks very familiar. Anyway, so maybe forming a double top. So yes, there could be downside. Let's quickly go to a 4-hour. There's indecision at the moment, struggling to break through this level on the 4-hour. Let's quickly go to the hour as well. You see, my only concern is at the moment, these levels over here. So for GBP's JPY, I see downside, yes, it can bounce, but I just want a better confirmation on it. Because at the moment, the 3 days, the past 3 days, the wicks, they're complementing each other. They're not breaking through. There's no movement. That's just my input on it. There we go. Anyone else? What's your thoughts on GBP JPY? Go to weekly quickly. Okay, so this is a weekly time frame. At the moment, it is at the highest part, still in the buy zone, yes. But for the past 5 months, almost 6 months, it's been an upward movement. So I think it's getting exhausted. It's losing momentum. Yeah. So at the moment, I'll leave it alone. I do see downside, but yeah, just want a better price or a better confirmation on it. 100% Tim Corsi, thank you very much. Okay, so thank you very much. You guys must have.
Sorry, Clinton.
Yes, fine.
Just the last one. There's no trading room this afternoon, as
No.
mentioned to the
Yeah.
31st.
That's correct. Yes, there's no trading room.
Thank you for that. And thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Have
That's
a
a pleasure.
wonderful
So just remember, you guys can maybe look at the US CFD, Nvidia, see maybe for an upward movement on it, just on the news that came out with the chip that they created. So I'll look at it myself this afternoon and see how.
Say the name of the company again, please.
Nvidia.
Nvidia.
Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. The CFD code is NVDA.
Okay, now I know about it.
Yes, yeah. So as you can see, last week, last week Thursday it shot up. So I think that's where the chip maybe came out. So is it possible to shoot further up? Those Friday's candle was super quiet. As you can see, good upward movements.
Excellent.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, then. Thanks a million.
That's a pleasure. Okay,
See you
cheers.
tomorrow then. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.